Okay, in this video of Bloggy, we are going to be talking about how to do niche research. So just to give an overview of niche ideas, I think this is something that people might overthink or they might get stuck on for way too long. So I just figured I'd give you a big list of some potentially good niches just to get started. And again, keep your mind open in the beginning. Don't feel like you need to get it perfect right out of the gate. Things tend to naturally evolve. I mean, think about all the people that go for a certain degree in college and then end up, 90% of them end up majoring in something else or, doing something else with their life. And that happened to me, obviously, and most other people. So you don't need to get it perfect. Just pick something and start going. It's better to take imperfect action. So this is just a quick list of some niches. I won't spell all of them out. I'll just leave it up for a second for you guys to you can pause this video if you want to take a good look. But I'm just giving you some overviews. I mean, I'm in the dog niche. I'm in the make money marketing niches as well. I'm in a couple other things that I'm trying out. So there's a tons of different options. And finances and making money and saving money outside of just make money online are huge niches. People are always looking to save money or ways to earn a little extra on the side, passive income, side hustles. So those are all things that you definitely can look into. So let's talk about niche research, and I'm going to be taking you on screen shortly to go into detail of how to do these particular methods, but first let's start with method number one. So method number one is find blogs in your niche. So this can be done through Google, and it can be done through social media like Pinterest, Facebook. Basically, you could look for big groups that might have websites, or just go to Google and type in top sites related to dogs, and there's usually a lot of lists that can come up to help you out as well. It just requires a little bit of basic research. Next, you find at least 5 to 10 blogs with authority in your niche, or at least perceived authority. And you could actually check their traffic. You can use similarweb.com. Now, SimilarWeb is not the most accurate thing in the world, but it can give you an idea. Because if you pull up with SimilarWeb that a site is getting 200,000 visitors a month, then you know that at least it's getting some traffic every month, right? It might actually be much more. In my personal experience, and this is not to be taken as absolute truth because I'm not part of SimilarWeb, but in my experience, the numbers that they estimate are actually lower than what most sites are getting. So I know personally they underestimate the amount of traffic my sites get. So maybe if you see a site with 200,000, there's a chance that they're getting way more than that. So that's usually a good sign. And then you could just check out their posts and have an idea about what kind of stuff they're posting about and how they're monetizing. So number two is you use a website called buzzsumo.com. You can go there and use it to find popular posts and websites. And you're finding basically the most viral content and sites right away. So, keeping it simple, this site just kind of reverse engineers the most popular topics, and it does a lot of the hard work for you. So just to kind of summarize your overall plan with this is you're going to research some niches that you are interested in. Then you're going to find those 5 to 10 authority sites and keep these in a spreadsheet. Maybe you can use Google Sheets or Excel or something. Keep them in there because you're going to be referencing these and you're going to be learning from these sites. So definitely always do that. Third is you use these sites as a template for your own and to start observing what they blog about, how they are set up, and how they are monetizing. You're just starting to get an idea to immerse yourself in the world of that you're potentially going to get into with this niche of what they're doing. And that's going to give you the picture of what you're going to need to know what you're going to do. Step 4 is once you have definitely validated the niche and you feel comfortable with the content and topics, you can validate this niche is a good one to get into and you are good to go. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive live on screen. I'm going to show you some stuff of what we just talked about out in action. All right, so this is a website called SimilarWeb in which you can get information about a ton of different websites. In an earlier, actually it might be in a later video, but I'm just going to show you an example website here called Greatest. Greatest.com. It's a very popular blog and a good one for you to look at for your own posts. But we could get an idea of how Greatest is doing by typing in Greatest here. And honestly, I have found that this isn't necessarily the most accurate thing, but it'll give you an idea. So if you come here, you'll see that Greatest actually averages well over 10 million views a month. It looks like it's been going down a little bit in recent months, but depending on the month, they're doing anywhere from 7.5 million to 11.6 million, and I honestly I think it's probably higher because I've had sites that have done quite well and they've been recording much lower traffic than they were actually getting. So I think this is just an estimate, but what it will tell you is that the site is obviously doing extremely well regardless of what the actual numbers are. So if you come down, you'll see the majority of their traffic is in the USA. Looks like they get traffic from all over the world, but close to 60% is coming from the old US of A, and the majority is coming from search traffic. They do make get some results from social, and they get almost 20% direct, which means they get 1 in 5 are return visitors. They do use emailing a little bit, but you can see that majority of what they do is from search. So regardless of that, I just wanted to show you that this is definitely a popular site. Another thing that we could look for is another site called Top Inspired. So we can grab that site and put it in here. And we can see that this is obviously not as popular of a website already as Greatest. But if we come down, we can see this still gets quite a bit of traffic. So it looks like it's getting anywhere from 300 to 500,000 visitors a month. Over 50% of their traffic is from the US, and theirs is mostly coming from social. And they're actually using a very similar method to what I'm going to be showing you. Actually, one of my friends showed me this website, and how they're getting traffic is pretty interesting. We will be covering it. So anyway, we're going to be focusing more on the social side because we want free traffic, but we will be getting search traffic with time as well. So I just wanted to show you how to use this similar web tool and get an idea of what a good site to follow is. These are both obviously very good sites for you to follow and see what kind of stuff they're posting depending on your niche. But now what I'm going to do is just kind of show you how to go about finding blogs like this. Alright, so here I am at Google, and this is going to be one of the two ways that you could find, that I recommend you find some similar blogs in your niche. So I mean, I just typed in dog blog here. Let's see what we get. So this could be a good site to check out. I mean, they've got some pretty similar things. They've got, looks like it's more of a training site, dog behavior, depending on what you want to put up, training goals, all this stuff. This could be a good one. What we could do is we could see how much traffic this site is getting. We'll just get an idea. I mean, it's ranked #1 in Google for dog blogs, so it might be getting a decent amount of traffic. Alright, so it's getting a decent amount of traffic, almost, probably, you know, my guess would be around 100,000. I don't know how accurate this is, but it's definitely getting traffic, and my guess is it's mostly search. Yep, it's getting a lot of search traffic, so that's great. But regardless, this could be a great one in your niche for you to kind of start getting ideas from, to see what they're putting up, training goals, rescue groups, and you know, maybe you want to do rescue dog rescue stuff on your blog. It doesn't really matter, you know, what the specific topic is, but more what you want to do and finding, you know, getting ideas from these kind of more authority websites already. Another way that you can look for blogs is through Pinterest. Okay, so let's go to Pinterest. It's probably going to log me in. Oh no, it didn't. Good. Let's see, log in. I'm going to go into actually my dog site Pinterest. Okay, so we're in here, and what we could do is we could search for like woman's blog or something. Let's do woman's blog and see what comes up. Uniquely women. What's that? Just a girl in her blog, so we can see what this is about. This is a nice looking blog. Look at that, decorating, organizing. I don't know if she's getting necessarily a ton of traffic, but let's see. I stand corrected. She's getting a ton of traffic. So maybe this is a great one for you to follow about blogging, decorating, organizing. Looks like Abby is doing quite well for herself here. So this could be a good blog for you to kind of look at and target depending on your niche. But I'm just kind of showing you the different ways that you can find blogs and have an idea if they're kind of like a popular blog and if they're, you know, just have a rough sense on if their topics are good. So maybe you look at this Just a Girl blog and you want to think about organizing. Okay, so ideas for organizing your entire life, free printable budget binder, budgeting. So there's different areas that you could kind of touch on with her stuff here. Nice. She got a lot. She's doing well here. Income reports. I mean, this is a little irrelevant, but let's see how she's doing, just to show you the power of a blog. Wow, she's doing quite well. December she did over 40,000. So she obviously knows what she's doing. But anyway, regardless of that, let's kind of move forward a little bit here. And the next thing I want to show you is BuzzSumo. And what this is going to do is help you find viral content. You are limited if you don't buy an account. I don't have an account. I just use it a couple times a day. But what you could do is you could type in a topic here, like maybe dogs, and see what comes up, and you get an idea for what went viral. So apparently this one about this man devoting his entire life to adopting all the dogs is hugely shared and liked. I mean, it's over a year old now, or almost a year old, but that's very liked. Shaving dogs into cubes, I'm not really sure what that is, but illustrations every dog owner will understand. These are some great topics here that you can use as like fuel for your own stuff. I'm just showing you how to kind of find the topics that could go viral that people really want to read about, just to give you an idea of how to find some ideas. Another one that is very popular is always cooking related. So maybe you want to do cooking to see what comes up here. This is a huge niche on Pinterest. So let's see. The Chunky Chef. It's probably a great site. Let's see. Joe Cooks. Alright. Let's see what it looks like. Looks like a really nice site. Look at that. So you have a lot of different stuff you can look at. I mean, maybe you want to do a site on recipes. And for the sake of it, let's see how she's doing. How Joe is doing with her cooking blog. My guess is it's doing okay. Doing really good. She's up to around 1 million views a month. So this could be a great one if you want to go into the cooking niche and you need ideas for recipes. You can't copy the content directly, obviously, but you can get some really good ideas. You do a shepherd's pie recipe, stuff like that. And just giving you some ideas here. At this point, you should just be brainstorming, looking at different types of blogs, seeing which ones are popular, having an idea how you want your blog to look, and kind of doing what we talked about on the slide, which I'll bring back up in a second. But you want to be gathering some ideas for content here, okay? And the last thing you want to do, once you actually have idea of that, we'll go to Google here. Let me just sign into my account. Give it a second here. It tends to be a little slow. My tools, keyword planner, and what we're just going to do is we're going to find some like some good keywords to use. So maybe you want to use shepherd's pie. How we would spell that? Try shepherd's pie recipe. I think I spelled that wrong. Shepherds. There we go. Get ideas. So this suggested bid here is important because it's going to tell us what a good keyword to try to include in our article or make our article about is going to be. So this one seems to be very popular. How long do you cook shepherd's pie? Shepherd's pie from scratch seems to be a terrific keyword. Look at the suggested bid here. And just to explain to you the suggested bid, what that means is that we're looking at AdWords as if we're going to advertise ads for this keyword, which means you would pay $4.73. Now, Google AdSense, which is on the opposite side of AdWords, is when you are displaying these ads that right now it looks like we're about to bid on. So the higher the price of a keyword, that if you start displaying that on your site, that means the higher the payout for you because the person who wants to advertise it is paying more to Google. So generally that means more money for you. So if you just use shepherd's pie, you'll see that recipe shepherd's pie beef is $1.43. But if you go up, shepherd's pie from scratch could be a very, very good keyword for profits here. It doesn't have a ton of average monthly searches, but you could also filter by average monthly searches and see if you get any high bid ones here. Let's see. So it doesn't look like there's too many, but out of these higher ones, it's probably going to be very hard to rank for shepherd's pie in Google. But you look down at shepherd's pie from scratch is probably going to be a lot easier to rank for, between 1 and 10,000 keywords. We're not directly concerned with ranking for the growing method, but you'll see that as I showed you, the payout is much higher if someone clicks for shepherd's pie from scratch. It's $4.73, and then if you get this keyword here, it's even way better. How long do you cook shepherd's pie? You can even try to include that in your shepherd's pie from scratch article. Okay, great. So now you know what to do for niche research. Go ahead and get to it. Just do the simple validation. Keep it simple. Don't overthink it. And I will see you in the next video.